Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. B&B spoilers. Will Shinn's marriage fail in 2026? There will be an unexpected split in Los Angeles this year, according to a new blind item for Bold and the Beautiful. Concerned fans on social media are certain that the spoilers are referring to Sinn, even though no relationship is ever safe on a daytime serial opera. Trouble in Paradise. Will Dr. John Finnegan and Steffy Forrester eventually encounter a difficult situation from which they are unable to recover? At the moment, Steffy Forrester and Dr. Finn enjoy the most solid relationship on The Bold and the Beautiful. They currently have the longest-lasting marriage on the soap opera, aside from Eric Forrester and Donna Logan. What couple will split The Bold and the Beautiful? Spoilers suggest that the relationships on the soap opera will suffer greatly as a result of the fashion wars. If there aren't several breakups as the fight breaks out, it will be a miracle. Many relationships will be tested. However, none of those splits would come as a huge surprise. Will Spencer and Electra's families will fight? Liam and Hope are on opposing sides, and Ridge and Brooke could turn against one another at any time. Deacon and Sheila are the only other semi-power couple on the block, and we already know that their marriage is over. According to teasers for Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila Carter will become enraged after Taylor Hayes robs her of her husband. Will Steffy ever be able to forgive Finn for not controlling his biological mother if something were to happen to her? Sheila Carter wants Taylor to pay. There are indications that Sheila may go on a violent rampage in a few weeks, seeking retribution from Taylor for kidnapping Deacon. It will probably be the last straw if Steffy is caught in the crossfire. Hopefully, Finn will be able to keep Taylor and Steffy safe from his mother, else he may lose his marriage. If Sheila harms Taylor, do you think Finn and Steffy's marriage will endure? Is Steffy going to be caught in the crossfire? The Bold and the Beautiful preview week of January 19th. Dylan's payback, Finn's startling intelligence. A teaser clip for the week of January 19th, 2026 has been made public, according to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. It depicts John Finnegan discovering something unexpected. Dylan approaches Will Spencer a bit too closely in the meanwhile. Let's discuss the upcoming events in the CBS soap opera as you continue to read. John Finnegan's investigation. Let's begin with Sheila Carter Sharp. Fans are aware that Taylor Hayes was caught with Deacon Sharp by Steffy Forrester Finnegan. Steffy believes her mother is already too close to Deacon, despite Taylor's assurances that they would break up. Steffy discussed it with Finn. Deacon isn't present when the doctor arrives at the restaurant, but Sheila is. Sheila Carter Sharp's declaration. Sheila attributes the success of her marriage to Taylor and Deacon's therapy sessions when Finn inquires about them. But in a preview clip, Finn has a strange expression on his face. Sheila's repentance can be derailed if she learns the truth because she thinks Taylor is a saint. Finn may therefore want to keep it a secret from his biological mother. But the aftershocks get worse the longer someone is tricked. Deacon will keep pursuing Taylor in the interim. Steffy then yells at Hope Logan Spencer at Forrester Creations about Taylor's relationship with Deacon. According to spoilers for the week of January 19th, Electra Forrester distracted The Bold and the Beautiful. Fans may also see Dylan with Will. The young woman is incredibly appreciative of all that Will and Electra Forrester have done. RJ Forrester may divert Electra's attention, while Dylan is occupied with Will. Dylan might have an opportunity because it appears that RJ and Electra are infatuated. Dylan's repayment. Will and Dylan will be at the beach house while Electra works with EJ. Dylan yaps at Will about wanting to thank him for his generosity, while wearing almost nothing. Will doesn't seem to understand that Dylan is standing so close to him. Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester are the targets of Eric Forrester's war declaration. According to the father, Bridge will learn to honor their elders. It sounds like things could become nasty. Will Katie's fashion firm succeed in the end, though? Could Katie and Eric's health conditions suffer as a result of all this stress? During the week of January 19th, 2026, whose plot are you most excited to see? Post your opinions in the space provided for comments below. Spoilers for B&B. RJ is paired with Dylan and uses Will as a cover. RJ Forrester is back in town and may be prepared to return to work at Forrester Creations, according to a spoiler for The Bold and the Beautiful. Additionally, RJ can get confused with Dylan, who recently secured a position at Forrester Creations. Has Steffi Forrester recently brought on another stalker? Dylan appears to be devoted to Electra Forrester and Will Spencer, as evidenced by the fact that she was hired by them at Forrester Creations. Dylan is homeless and won't provide many details about her family. What if Dylan is the one who left her family behind before moving to Los Angeles? Dylan is behaving very shady, particularly in light of her alleged murder of Luna Nozawa. The timid Miss Dylan, who was adored by all of her students at the beach home until Luna imprisoned her and locked her up in a closet while attempting to go on a murderous rampage, seems to have suddenly taken over Luna's demeanor. Unfortunately, RJ Forrester was Luna Nozawa's first victim. RJ believed Luna felt the same way about him because he loved her. Sadly, Luna ended up having an affair with Sinn Forrester, which she attributed to her mother's drug use. In addition to causing a significant wedge between RJ and Zend, Luna eventually went insane, attempted to kill RJ's sister, and falsely accused her own mother of murder. After all the turmoil, including Luna's resurrection and Dylan's subsequent automobile murder, RJ eventually vanished and is only now making his way back home. Dylan is now behaving strangely around Will as well as Electra. Will seems to pique Dylan's curiosity more than anyone else. Like Luna, Dylan treats Will badly. Electra Forrester, who resides with her Aunt Ivy Forrester, can be taken by surprise. Electra behaves somewhat like a teenager who must constantly check in and mention that she must finally return home. But now that Dylan is living in the apartment upstairs, she will always be close to Will. Dylan could always make it appear as though she was in a relationship with RJ in order to approach Will. RJ may easily fall into another romance as all he wants is to love and be loved. Dylan is a cunning lady, and RJ is too trusting to be with her. Like he did with Luna, RJ might get entangled in another mess. Instead of getting the love he needs, will RJ end up being manipulated by another stalker? The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Brooke turns on Katie as Eric makes a shocking move that changes everything. The war lines are officially drawn on the bold and the beautiful. And this time it's Logan versus Logan with repercussions that might shatter the family forever. At Forrester Creations, Eric Forrester subtly drops a bombshell that has the potential to completely alter the Los Angeles fashion power structure, as Brooke Logan plays the anxious sister card. One thing is evident by the end of the episode. Brooke might have lost more than she knows, and Katie Logan Spencer is no longer standing alone. Brooke plays the concerned sister. But the mask slips fast just as Donna Logan enters Forrester Creations and smells trouble right away. Brooke collapses into Ridge's arms with a breathless, "My hero." Donna wants to talk about Katie, not fashion or Ridge. Donna acknowledges what is obvious to all. Katie is overburdened. It's devastating to start a fashion firm from scratch, and Donna is concerned about Katie's health. Ridge lets go of the knife at that point. He states unequivocally that Katie is over her head and working alone. Brooke shifts abruptly from worry to accusation. She laments being expelled from Katie's office, accuses Katie of being disrespectful, and then goes on to say something far worse. She's using the Logan name. Donna is shocked, saying, "It seems like she's stealing from Ridge and me." Brooke is enraged by possession, power, and ego rather than Katie's feelings. Ridge continues, complaining that Katie injured Brooke and hasn't expressed regret. Donna, obviously frustrated, implores them to keep the family together despite this. Brooke stays put. Her squinted eyes make it clear that this is now about territory rather than sisters. Dylan gets closer, and Electra may be making a huge mistake at the meantime. Dylan continues her quick ascent from outsider to insider at the design office. She frequently gives Will and Electra credit for changing her life, as she gushes to them about the prospect of working at Forrester Creations. Hugs, thankfulness, and camaraderie are present, along with a sporadic mention of Bad Bunny, but the underlying message is clear. Dylan is becoming more and more integrated into their world. Electra appears to be oblivious to the idea that Dylan is now closer than ever on an emotional, professional, and physical level as she gives her a hug, comforts her, and celebrates the chance. Will and Electra kiss as Dylan leaves and they are at last by themselves, but the moment seems unstable. Because Dylan is becoming more than simply the girl who needed help. Katie panics, and Eric sees what no one else does over at Logan. The pressure is quickly building. Because she doesn't have a lead designer, Katie sidesteps a reporter who inquires about her. When Eric Forrester arrives, He is impressed with her new area but senses her nervousness right away. Despite all the excitement, Katie admits that she is not a designer and that the foundation is lacking. Together they examine portfolios. Eric doesn't find it impressive, not even a tiny bit. When Katie acknowledges that she might have bitten off more than she can handle, she subtly adds the dagger that still stings the most. That's what Brooke thinks. Eric quickly cuts that off. He reminds Katie that she has every right to use the Logan name and to go out on her own. If Brooke and Ridge are upset, it's because they failed to protect their rights. After that, everything is different. Eric Forrester makes a move that will destroy Forrester Creations' comfort zone. Something ignites in Eric as he senses Katie's vision's energy. This isn't sentimentality. This isn't resentment. This is the reason. Katie, I want to do this with you, Eric says, meeting Katie's gaze and delivering the moment that will haunt Ridge and Brooke. Everything. Katie is astounded and says, I want to design together. Tears flow. She's having trouble breathing. Eric takes one step further and imagines the two of them creating a brand that the fashion industry won't be able to ignore while standing side by side on the catwalk. Logan will be launched without consulting anyone. Not recommended. Create. Collectively. The reality check. Brooke is going to lose control while Brooke is furious at Forrester Creations, believing Katie is going too far. The reality is much worse for her. Katie now has Eric Forrester's entire creative power. This is no longer a side project for the sister. Forrester Creations, which is supported by its founder, is directly threatened by this. Brooke desired an apology. Ridge hoped Katie would fail in silence. Rather, they have produced a competitor driven by legacy, rejection, and unresolved issues. And when Logan takes off, at last, Brooke could understand that she didn't lose a sibling. She made an adversary. Elektra confesses to Will, Deacon and Taylor give up and Steffi's plan fails. According to spoilers for the upcoming 2 weeks of The Bold and the Beautiful, from January 19th to January 30th, Elektra Forrester confesses to Will Spencer, Steffi Forrester Finnegan's plot fails, and Deacon Sharp and Taylor Hayes will surrender. Given the recent turmoil surrounding Katie Logan Spencer, Will plans to speak with Ridge Forrester during the week of January 19th to 23rd to get clarification regarding his own role at Forrester Creations. Donna Logan Forrester will put pressure on Katie to tell Brooke Logan Forrester, who her new designer is in the interim. It's possible that Eric Forrester hasn't yet confirmed to Brooke his position at Logan. We might witness Eric fabricate a different reason for going to meet Katie or pretend that he is merely providing some launch advice. He will learn that Will is Elektra's boyfriend over with RJ Forrester, and he won't be pleased about that. There will be some tension when RJ and Will finally cross paths after being apart for a long time. Elektra would later tell Wood that she is uncomfortable with Dylan. Maybe Elektra will see Dylan's developing feelings for him, and share some of her worries. Naturally, Will might reassure Elektra that since he is exclusively interested in her, she doesn't need to fear. Dylan will also reassure Elektra that boundaries will be respected, but Elektra might have a persistent suspicion that something is wrong. In fact, during a private moment at the beach house, Dylan will cuddle up to Will a little. Whether Will wants to believe it or not, these two may encounter some temptation in the future. Speaking of temptation, because of concern that Taylor may give up, Steffi will once more press her mother to stop having Deacon sessions. Deacon and Taylor will give in to their shared emotions, even though Steffi confides in Hope Logan Spencer and receives her assistance. Before the Secret Keepers become even more alarmed, Taylor and Deacon might make out behind closed doors. John Finnegan will be forced to converse with Sheila at Il Giardino since he cannot avoid her. Finn will feel uneasy because he will have to conceal Taylor's Deacon relationship while Sheila compliments the good doctor. Carter Walton and Daphne Rose's wedding preparations should be discussed during the week of January 26th to 30th, while Hope manages to spend some romantic time with Liam Spencer. According to B&B spoilers, Taylor and Deacon might continue to give up and raise the stakes. Will kissing escalate into intense passion and exacerbate this betrayal? Will Eric's new job as a designer leak and cause him to clash with many of the Forresters? Ridge, Brooke, and Steffi may criticize Eric for his startling revelation since the truth must eventually surface. Stay back for updates on all the excitement as teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that the next 2 weeks will offer some highs and lows. Hits and misses. The top 10 moments of the week January 12th to 16th, according to soap opera critics. These are the most recent successes and failures from the BNB, BTG, Days, GH, and YNR worlds. In the worlds of Days of Our Lives, General Hospital, The Bold and the Beautiful, The Young and the Restless, and Beyond the Gates, Soap Hub examines the hits and misses for the week of January 12th to 16th. Key takeaways. In Days, GH, BNB, YNR, and BTG, major revelations, daring twists, and long game strategizing predominated. Among the week's highlights were unexpected friendships, humorous turns, and audacious character decisions. Among the failures were a cast reorganization, a dubious choice, and a risky corporate weapon. The top 5 hits 5. Xander and Leo might become pals. The lives of Xander and Leo have gotten out of hand. Officially, Xander and Sarah are no longer together. Leo and Javi's wedding was disrupted by Dimitri's presence. At the Brady pub, the unfortunate individuals decided to offer their condolences after running into each other. They had a great time together as usual. Let's hope that Days succeeds in creating a genuine connection between Leo and Xander this time. We are always available for unplanned friendships on soap operas. 4. The humorous abilities of Roger Howarth. We're happy that the Matt Clark/Los Angeles tale occurred, even though it hasn't always made sense, because Matt's comedy abilities have been on fire ever since he arrived to Genoa City. He makes funny remarks to our favorite YNR characters. He seems to be the audience. For that we are here. He provides the program with the necessary levity. Howarth is excellent. 3rd. Eric comes out of retirement. Even though it was obvious Eric wasn't ready, Rich practically forced his father to retire, which devastated us. Not everyone is suited for a leisurely retirement. He continued to design while at home, which was unmistakable evidence. It was a wise decision for Eric and Katie to work together at Logan. Wait till the news reaches Ridge and Brooke. However, Eric's desire to keep this a secret makes sense. 2. The BRCA gene is present in Danny. Since Anita's triple-negative breast cancer diagnosis, BTG has performed both emotional and instructive beats. Danny experienced the same situation after discovering she had the BRCA gene. The characters took care to clarify that this did not signify the end of the world. She was not yet afflicted with cancer. However, it meant that moving forward, she would need to exercise caution and diligence in her care. Additionally, she had support from her friends and family. The Dupree's mutual support is lovely. Of course, there is also disagreement, and demonstrating that is as crucial. First, Drew was actually shot by Willow. Although we weren't overjoyed with the not guilty decision, we were delighted to learn that Willow had shot Drew. The first person charged is frequently not the one who actually committed the crime. However, Willow's role as the shooter made sense. The finest aspect? The awareness that Willow is really only using Drew to secure a not guilty verdict and regain custody of her children. She doesn't need him for anything else. Our hearts were touched by witnessing her covertly expressing her distaste for Drew. Caitlin McMullen deserves praise for her work as Willow tricks almost everyone. The top 5 misses 5. Taylor needs to be instructed by Steffi to send Deacon to a different therapist. While they were meant to be in session, Steffi overheard Taylor and Deacon having a passionate affair. She contacted her mother, who ought to know better, after realizing that the two had gone too far. It must have been Steffi who advised Taylor, a well-known psychiatrist, to send Deacon to someone else. Long ago, Taylor ought to have taken care of that on her own. 4. Martin and Tracy reach a peace through Laura's mediation. We understand why Martin despises Tracy, and is determined to exact retribution in every manner possible. He ended up in jail because of Tracy. However, what he did to Tracy was against the law, and he didn't stop there. He discreetly provided Alexis with the evidence she needed to persuade Tracy to support her accusation against Michael. He has twice overreached himself. Why, therefore, did Laura need to mediate a ceasefire? She needs to let Tracy try her hardest. Now it's her turn. 3rd. Naomi's test findings. What's happening to Naomi? She always reacts a little strangely to stressful circumstances. We understand how obtaining test findings that have the potential to alter someone's life could make them fearful. She hadn't even looked at her test yet, but she initially gave Chelsea the impression that it was positive. After reviewing her results, it's highly likely that she lied about them. What was the result of that? We are confused by this one beat in the story of breast cancer. Even Kat's complete refusal to take the test made sense to us. 2. Victor is negatively impacted by the AI superweapon. Who wins and who loses is not the point of this. This is about the unexpected discovery that this AI superweapon contains a gotcha component that can be activated due to its extreme capabilities. The AI program can turn on its host corporation after it has been unleashed and destroyed an adversary. The progress is too handy. First, a significant reorganization of the cast. We were shocked when 4 days exits were confirmed this week. 4 cast members were involved in the reorganization: Carson Boatman, Ashley Puzimis, Raven Bowens, and Leo Howard. Of course, we know how difficult it is to make soap, particularly when there are severe financial constraints. Making difficult choices is necessary. However, Johnny and Chanel in particular were always a promising combo. Despite the fact that their plots haven't always done them credit, fans have always supported this couple despite the show's repeated attempts to split them up. They have incredible chemistry. We're not sure if the decision-makers are aware of how important Johnny and Chanel are to us. Honorable mentions: B&B Miss Daphne and Carter are already engaged. Even though we enjoy Carter and Daphne, we don't see why they had to get engaged so quickly. Carter and Hope were engaged not too long ago. Spending some time getting to know someone is beneficial.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.